Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm giving you my best tobacco fragrances for the fall that'll keep you smelling nice, warm, and cozy, and some have gourmand qualities, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. My name is Scented Paradise, and I'm also known as the Gourmand Gangster, and here's why. I do a lot of crazy layering combos with gourmand, spicy tobacco fragrances, which is great for the fall time. So starting with my number one option here, we have Margiela Replica Jazz Club. Now this one smells like a smoked cocktail and with tobacco, blending spicy pink pepper, sweet rum accord, with a rich tobacco leaf and a warm vanilla bean base. Now this one evokes that atmosphere of a realistic jazz club with like leather, aged liquor, and adding to that sensual, smoky, and sophisticated vibe. Now the top notes offer that bright citrus and spicy opening, while the heart provides you with that boozy, sweet, slight, smoky character. And the base provides you with that warm, sweet, and woody foundation that lingers and sits closer to the skin. I thought I would throw that out there. Overall feeling is like a speakeasy kind of club with a glass of liquor and the scent of a cigar smoke. It's bold and not loud, making it a popular choice for the cooler weather and nights out. Now here we got another option, and it's a cheaper alternative and spot on of Replica Jazz Club. Here we got Dossier Woody Tobacco. Now here's the funny thing. I actually tend to wear this more during the fall. As you can see, I've put quite of a dent in it. What I like about this one, it's for the simple fact that it's more pleasing and forgiving because it's less smoky, which can be appealing for some others who don't really like a true smoky or smoked cocktail type fragrance. It's warm, boozy, it's got some rum with a fruity and sweet notes that evoke a cozy, dimly lit atmosphere, and it's a nice, slightly gourmand type fragrance. It features top notes of lemon, pink pepper, a heart of rum and dry fruits, and a warm base of tobacco, styrax, and vanilla. Now, I really like this one. And honestly, you really can't tell a real difference between the two. And also, they layer nicely together as well. So there's a great option if you haven't ever gotten your nose on this. But if you prefer the original, that's okay too. Here's another great option, the original Spicebomb by Viktor and Rolf. I got this one in not too long ago, and I never owned it until now, but I remember what it smelled like. Now this one is like a fragrance with an explosion of spices. It's warm, spicy, masculine, with a mix of cinnamon, tobacco, and subtle leather. The initial notes of fresh citrus and a dry down that is both sweet and woody. This one is bold, inviting, especially popular for colder months and evening wear. Overall scent profile, it's complex blend that is predominantly warm, spicy, and oriental, while also containing fresh, sweet, and woody elements. Now, there are different versions of Spicebomb out there. For example, Spicebomb Extreme, it's sweeter and richer with a vanilla, and Spicebomb Infrared is more fiery with red pepper. So This is another great option for the fall time if you like tobacco. And this is an easy fragrance that you can get into. And it's a little more forgiving, not as strong or intense. Speaking of Spicebomb, here I got another great choice for the fall. And this one is really my favorite one over the original Night Vision. We got Night Vision Eau de Parfum. Now this one is richer, spicier, and woodier Oriental Fougere version compared to that original Night Vision. It has a strong emphasis on the signature black spices that they use. For instance, black pepper, chili, and it's balanced by fresh green resinous accord and an aromatic clary sage. Now the opening is quite bright with a hint of citrus followed by a deep sensual heart and warm smoky finish from incense and woody notes. Now the top notes provides you with that bright and sharp with this electric freshness with lemon, a spicy kick of black pepper, black chili, nutmeg, and clove. And the base, or should I say, the heart, features you or gives you that green resinous accord combined with an aromatic core. Also, the heart is quite unique. And the base provides you with that intensified blend of dark resinous woodiness like incense and fir balsam. And you might also detect a subtle balsamic-like scent. Overall, this is my favorite one. It's kind of has this nice like pine scent to it in a way, like fresh cut pine. This is my favorite one. I don't know what it is. I've had the original Night Vision, but this one appeals to me more. It's a little more intense and more my kind of style. And it's perfect for the fall. Now here we got another great fall fragrance that's boozy, spicy, with some tobacco, ginger, and vanilla. However, this one is truly a fiery tobacco cocktail. And I'm talking about Royal Bourbon by Plume Impressions. What I like about this bottle is the engravement, the cap, and the style. In a way, it kind of reminds me of like Argos cologne bottles with the way they are. It's kind of hefty. Anyways, Royal Bourbon. It's spicy, warm, boozy, gourmand tobacco fragrance with prominent notes of vanilla, cinnamon, and rum. It's intoxicating, addictive, warm, and cozy, both for men and women, which can be a bonus. So it opens with this fiery, spicy note of cinnamon and ginger, and then it moves into a heart of rum, caramel, and finishes with a base of vanilla, amber, and cedarwood. The heart has prominent notes of that rum tobacco, which is then rounded out with sweet caramel and soft leather. Now, mind you, the leather here is quite subtle. It's there, you can notice it, but it's quite soft. Now, the dry down is very warm, ambery, woody, and vanillic, and that's where that sexy vanilla comes in. And the base also has hints of cedarwood. Now, one thing I could tell you is this one is quite strong, long lasting, and well suited for the fall and winter. Now, if I was to compare this one to another popular fragrance out there, even though that one is quite highly priced, and I still like it, how does this one differ from Angel Share by Killian? Well, Royal Bourbon focuses on a richer, more intoxicating, boozy rum note with spicy cinnamon and tobacco, while Angel Share is centered on that sweeter, dessert-like spiced cognac and with a more delicate scent profile. It's smoother, more palatable, and comforting. Also with Royal Bourbon, I thought I would throw out a couple pros here. This is more of a fiery cocktail, and depending on your skin, if you, being a man, it brings out the spicier, boozier, and woodier notes that are more prominent, and it's also more rugged, smoky, and robust, with being reminiscent of a refined gentleman with a glass of rum and cigar by a campfire. Now, if I was to emphasize for a woman, it can be sweeter, like vanilla, amber, and the ginger is what a woman would notice more. And it would be more noticeable, while it'll feel more like a cozy, dark, and earthy gourmand that is sexy. So this one makes a really nice spicy tobacco fragrance for the fall. And if you haven't checked it out, I highly suggest you check it out. It's not that expensive. Maybe I paid about what, 105 with 10% off. I got it for 90 bucks. So I'm happy with this. And it's quite new in my personal collection. Now here we got a more cheaper, budget-friendly alternative. We got Latafa Kamra Dukan. Now, this is more my style, and I really like this one more than the original. And some people may not like this one because it's quite smoky and more masculine, bold, elegant, and classy. And this one really, truly, like for me, knocked my socks off, so to speak. So this version is an Oriental spicy tobacco gourmand fragrance that focuses more on the fiery aspect of spices. And then it has this like smoke accord to it. Now this one is more masculine and a more prominent tobacco note compared to the original Latafa Kamra. And I think it's a better take off the original. Now, the original Kamra is sweeter and more gourmand and kind of like Angel Share in a way. But Dukan, should I say, dials back that sweetness, and you really get that tobacco and smoke, which adds more of a mature smoky edge. Now, this is a great option if you want something that is less sweet and more intense with a smokier profile with tobacco, which is a nice fall and winter fragrance as well. Now here's another great option for the fall. And if you're a fan of Spicebomb Night Vision Eau de Parfum, you can definitely enjoy this one by Lalique Ombre Nior. This one is dark, boozy, spicy tobacco blended with a woody and green nuances. It opens with a fresh green fig leaf and mint, which then transitions into a heart of warm cinnamon, tobacco, and papyrus. It finishes with a rich woody base of cedar, cognac, tonka bean, and myrrh. So it's slightly kind of resinous, which is what I really, really like about this fragrance. Now this one is complex, like old-fashioned liquor cabinet is kind of the way it smells on skin. Nothing bad, nothing really odd. However, with the spices and all the other elements going on, it really smells like aged cognac when that cognac starts to come out. Now the dry down is very warm, sexy, cozy, and sensual. The heart gives you that realistic, warm spiciness tobacco leaf that feels slightly dry. Now, here's the other thing with this fragrance. Cognac and cinnamon is quite prominent. And the best part is it's budget friendly. And usually when Fragrance Net has a sale, that's where I got it. I got this one for roughly 40 bucks. It's very masculine and it has niche quality that is such a beautiful, modern, and classic tobacco style fragrance. And last but not least, here we got another great option. Now, this one is classy, bold, elegant, and quite sophisticated. It's great for a fragrance connoisseur like me, or for individuals who really would like this aroma. And we got Xerjoff Commandante. Now this one is rich, warm, sophisticated. It is unisex, and that alone is another added bonus. It's inspired by the atmosphere of a classic smoking club. It features prominent notes of tobacco, honey, balanced by sweet fruit, leather, and vanilla. Now this one unfolds into several layers. And in other words, it's a multifaceted layer fragrance. Now it opens with a sweet and fruity burst of honey and cherry, accompanied by some fresh floral notes and a warm, spicy accord like cinnamon and cardamom. Now the opening, it reminds me of a sexy summer fruit punch with a bit of honey. Once it transitions into the heart, the scent is where it gets more in depth, that is smooth, refined with this tobacco note. Think of an unlit cigar that is sweeter rather than an ashy smell. The tobacco is layered with a rich, soft leather and warm amber. Now the dry down here settles into a cozy, sexy, earthy finish that is quite comforting with sweet vanilla, creamy sandalwood, and patchouli, which provides this velvety texture and complexity. It's a very nice fragrance. I've had it for a while. And back when FragranceBuy.ca used to ship to the US, I took advantage of it and I got it for 80 bucks. And I put quite a dent in this one already. And this one is suitable for formal events, evening wear, and professional settings, which it's perfect for the fall and winter. Now, if I was to do a comparison, let's say with Naxos by Xerjoff, well, Commandante may be quite challenging for some wearers. However, I like this one because it took me on a journey to my special place. And in comparison to Naxos, Commandante is richer and more sophisticated. Naxos, on the other hand, is an ambery spice fragrance that pays homage to the elegance of Greece. And it's a popular one, and that is quite popular. I'm a fan of that one too. However, that one is lighter, smoother, and more refined blend that is also another great fall and winter fragrance. But Xerjoff Commandante, this one is definitely for more of a older man, upper 20s and middle-aged. However, if a 20-year-old, younger 20-year-old was to get into this, I give them much respect because it can be quite challenging. All right, everyone. There is my top 8 best tobacco fragrances for the fall. I hope you enjoyed my video. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and give me some feedback on what you thought about my 8 fragrance picks. Until next time, you guys enjoy your week, stay safe, God bless, and smell your best.